Anyway, so I go back to the place. Actually, I called AAA. At first, I got my own. You know, I'm a man. Like, we try not to ask for help or anything. So what are you laughing at? What's up, Zombie Slayers? This is KJ48, and welcome back to my 7 Days to Die single-player Let's Play. Last video, we worked on the entrance bridge. Let's go check it out really quickly. I really like the look of this bridge. It looks pretty sweet. Look at this. I like it. The only thing that stinks about it is I'm going to run out of time. I don't have enough time to farm up the iron to make the forged iron, to make it all look really good. But, you know, maybe we'll make it again next season. Who knows? And we'll do it right. We'll finish it. But I really like the way it came out. Today, we are going to be working on our outer defenses, as well as talking about a variety of topics that I have written down to talk about. I think the first thing we're going to talk about is my Alpha 16 plans. I think that's what most people are excited to hear about. And we're actually going to come out here, and I'm going to show you a couple things I have planned for Alpha 16. Now, when we first get Alpha 16, it's going to be experimental. So a lot of these builds will probably not happen in experimental, because for those of you who don't know, what'll happen is when the game comes out in experimental, we'll have it for a few weeks, and then it'll come out in stable branch. But once it comes out in stable branch, we'll have to restart our worlds. We'll probably have to restart our worlds in experimental at least a few times. So I'm not going to do any crazy builds in experimental, but this is the kind of stuff I'm looking at doing in stable branch. So my first building for for stable branch is going to be a building. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it in a prefab. I might make it as its own building. I haven't really decided yet. Depends. I'm going to need a lot of flat ground for it. So it depends on where I can find some flat ground. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of a box like this. I'm not really sure what the dimensions are. This is just a rough draft, to give you guys an idea. I'm actually going to upgrade it too, because I really want to talk to you guys about this. And honestly, we're on day 118. You know, what else is there to do in this world? Let's talk about next season. Let's talk about Alpha 16. I think it's coming soon. I think we're probably going to see it this week. That's just my own personal ideas. I don't know for sure, but my gut tells me this week. We'll see how that goes. All right, so we're going to be working with the pillars. Or the poles, I'm sorry, like so. These are called poles. You put them on the bottom first, then you put them on the next level. I have been working with these in my... I've been working with them a little bit in my modded Let's Play. But I haven't really done much with them. And I learned there's some game edge. I really like these things. I still don't think they're as good as pillar defense, but they do have advantages over the pillar defense that I think cannot be overlooked. So, yeah. All right, so that's what we're going to have. We're going to have that on all four sides of the building. We're going to have some kind of central area of the building. I won't actually... Nah, let's build it. Let's just build it. Who cares? We'll have some kind of... Now, this is just a rough draft, but we're going to have some kind of thing in the middle that is going to be probably like a 3x3 or something. Something like that. No, that's not really in the middle because this is not to scale, but you get the idea of the build. All right, there we go. It's not actually a 3x3. There. Now that's a 3x... Well, actually, it's 5x5, but the inside is 3x3. And then what we'll do is we'll have a ladder going up. Let's go ahead and make some ladders. All right. 12 should be enough, I guess. So let's go ahead and make some ladders. We're actually going to upgrade this because why not? All right. So then we're going to have some ladders going up here. Now, this thing I'm building right here is going to be a full room with a door. It's probably going to be made of reinforced concrete. It's going to be like a fallback thing in case things go bad. And then you're going to come up here, and then up here is going to be another level. So let's come on up here. And I don't know how high this is going to be, just to make it easier, though. I'll just make it this high. It might be higher than this. As a matter of fact, it probably will be higher than this. But we'll just put it this high for the time being, just for demonstration purposes. So we're going to have an outer wall, which is going to be the pillars, or not the pillars, the poles. And we are going to have an inner thing that we can come into for safety. And that's going to come up, I'm not sure how high, probably be a little bit higher than this. And then we're going to have another level up here. Okay, now up here is going to connect with outside. Okay, so outside is going to be like this. And it's going to be like that all the way around. So come in here, come on up here. Yeah, looking good. All right, so we'll have that like this. This will come right across here. Like so. And that will be that. We'll just go with one side for now. It'll probably be like this. It'll probably be one level higher, possibly two. But that'll be the idea. And this will be where we fight. It won't be made out of wood. It will be actually. Let's see what we have for poles. I don't know what we have for poles. We do have cobblestone frame poles, so we'll probably make it out of cobblestone. And that will be the... I mean, I could make it out of wood. I just don't think wood's going to hold up too much. So, all right, so that's going to be the idea. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come out on the edge. We're going to 1, 2, and 3. Now, again, just pretend this... Actually, no, that's not even going to be that. This is going to be made out of this stuff. All right, so one... Actually, let's do some tests here. Let's check out some structural integrity on this wood and see how far we can actually go out on it without having any issues. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to want this base to be bigger. Oh, by the way, this base is going to be this base is actually made by one of my subscribers, Twitch subscribers, supporters, and he was on the sub server with me, and his name is Rom. I think it's Rom, right? Rom Diggity, and he built this on the sub server, and I was very impressed. I was really happy with that. I thought it looked really cool. So I asked him if I could use it, and he said sure. So, all right, so that's going to come out. So one more, right? Can we go one more? Probably go out one more. Let's see if we can go out one more. There we go. Yeah, you're good. All right, so upgrade that. All right, and then we come this way. I don't know if this is going to fall or not. Nope, okay. Structural integrity on wood. So anyway... And that's how he built his base. And then he just built these all the way out here. What he did was, and I thought this was really smart, what Ron Diggity did was he made, what are they called? Half, right? He made these wood half blocks. So check this out. By the way, I asked him if I could use it, and he said, go right ahead. So, all right. So let's put that right there. And then what he did was, all right, you had these all, he had all these upgraded. He didn't use these poles. He used arrow slits. But I don't know. I think arrow slits are really bad, personally. All right. And then what he did was he put these in here, just like that. I thought this was really smart. And then he put, I guess he put another one right here. And then he put these right here. See? All right. It looks good. It's functional. It lets you shoot down from the top. I really like it. Okay. So how many spots did he go out? I don't know. I don't remember. Probably no more than that. That's 3 spots out. Yeah, it couldn't have been more than 3 spots out. All right. So what he did was he went 3 spots out like that. He connected them up like this. Oh, darn it. Okay. I see. So what we're going to do here is break that up, and then we're going to put them right here. All right, I should have some more frames. I made like 100 frames. Could have sworn I made 100. Well, I guess I used them all. There we go. All right, more frames. Frames for days, people. All right, so we got that, and that. All right, and then we go 1, 2, 3. How many spots? Okay, so that's 3. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Right, one more. Yeah, it's 3 from the side. Yeah, okay. 3. And let's upgrade these. Now, if I upgrade the blocks that I'm building on, like these right here, these wood frames, I think the structural integrity will get better. The thing is, I want redundancy. I want this to be really solid, even without them upgraded. Just to, All right, so I like that build. I think that's pretty decent. So now what we'll do is we'll fill all this in. Okay. And then we will just fill all this in. That's it. That's it. I don't know if I might make this all out of cobblestone, I guess. I don't really decide. I guess I will. Just because I don't want to make it out of wood. Wood's too soft. He made it out of wood, but I don't feel comfortable with it being out of wood. So there you go. And that's the idea. It'll be higher than this. This is lower than the build would be. But, you'd be in here like this. Zombies would be coming in. If you want to fight from up top, you can do that as well. By coming up here and shooting down through this. There'll be spikes down there, obviously. Let's walk out on this, make sure it's safe. Okay, so this is structurally sound, okay? But what I'm going to do for extra integrity, because, with having stuff like leaning over like this, I get really nervous. I mean, maybe if the zombies break out a couple of the walls down there, this could all come tumbling down, and that would really suck. I'm actually surprised. Like, that looks like it's sticking out quite a bit, doesn't it? But it's really not, I guess. But what I'm going to do for extra integrity is I'm going to use the pillars right here and over here. You know what? Let's break this out. Let's do this right. Never, yeah, this is the idea. This is my idea for the inner sanctuary of my base for next season. Right? Honestly, I think that looks pretty cool, too. I doubt the zombies will come in on the side and, like, stop and beat on these pillars. There'd be no reason for them to do that. They're going to come right in here, you know? And if they get in, I go up top, and, you know, we'll see where things go from there. But I think that's a pretty solid build. I kind of like it. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I think it's going to be pretty cool. So this is going to be the inner sanctuary. And I'm probably going to make it quite small, actually. How many spots is this? This might actually... Cop? Sounds like it. All right, anyway. So the inside is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so it's a 9x9, inside 7. I will probably make it about that big, maybe a little bit bigger, because I want the inside. I want to be able to have a cool thing on the inside. How far is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'll probably make it an 11x11 on the outside, not 9x9 on the inside. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so that's going to be the inner sanctuary. That's going to be the first thing I build in Alpha 16. Again, this will be for Alpha 16 stable branch. This will not be what I'm doing experimental. In experimental, I'll probably just be checking out the mod, or I'm sorry, checking out the update, and probably staying in prefabs for the most part. All right, so what I'm going to do around this is going to be an outer wall, okay? And the outer wall is going to be something like this. All right, so the quarters, you know what? Let's do what these parts first. Okay. So I'm thinking go about, I don't know how many blocks away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 blocks away seems about pretty good. And then you got to find the middle. Again, this isn't to scale. This will probably be an idea of what I'm going to be doing. And then I'm going to be having 1, 2, 3. Do I have anything important in this chest? Not really. Let's get rid of it. It's just in the way. I don't really care about this chest. Goodbye, chest. You ever see a man say goodbye to a chest? All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and like this, okay? And what the idea of this build is going to be choke points, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have choke points on the four sides of the base, okay? I'll make one there. I'll make one over here. I'll make one over there and over there. And then I will connect them with, let me see, ramps. And then I will connect them, and I will probably build these walls out of wood, because the idea is these walls are not supposed to be attacked. And then what I'll do is I'll connect them with wood. All right, let's see where the under one will be. Again, this isn't exact or to scale. This is just kind of an idea of what I'm gonna be doing. 1, 2 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. All right, so this would be the other choke point. Imagine this is another choke point. And these frames I'm putting down, just pretend they're walls, you know? Like, you know, 5-foot high walls, something like that. And then what I'll do is I will bring them over like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. And then we'll start going on an angle. 1, 2. There we go. Something like this, you know, and connect them up like so. Right? And there you go. And then what I'll do is that'll be a full wall, okay? And what I'll do is to try and make the wall a little smoother and maybe look a little bit better, I'll put some, you know, frames in there like this. Like that. I saw someone do this on the forums like a year ago. And I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was, but I really like the idea of the build. So that would be the idea. So, here, you know what? Let me just give you a bird's eye view. So the idea is you've got a choke point right here full of spikes. This will be full of spikes and barbed wire and spinning traps and turrets and any other goodness we can find. Okay? Really, guys? Come on, man. I'm trying to do something here. All right, so that'll be a choke point. This will be the same choke point, and then we'll have another one over here and another one over here. And then what we'll have is I will make these walls connected like so. And the idea is if the zombies are coming in on this angle, they will go for the choke point. Maybe I should even put a door over here, right? Don't they go for doors like all the time? So maybe I'll even put a door over here, like just maybe even on the floor, out of the way. I don't know. I could put a wall there. You know what I could do? I could put a wall here and then put a door. And even if they're over here, they should go for that door, possibly. Anyway, the idea is if they're coming this way, I want them to come around to the one choke point or the other choke point. One of those two. I don't want them beating on that wall. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. I built it once, and it... Hold on. These guys are freaking loud. Alright, you. Punk-ass freaking zombies. Look at him trying to beat on my thing. Oh, the cop already broke some out. Yeah, see, wood is weak. Who'd have thought wood would be so weak, right? Okay. There we go. Whoa! So yeah, so basically Rom Diggity, I kind of took his basic design and just made it my own. And the outer wall, I'm also going to somewhat make my own. I think it looks pretty... I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work. And really? Anyway, I made this wall on Subserver once, and it worked sometimes and not others. If worse comes to worse and this wall does not work, what I'll do is I'll dig a 1x1, like, or not a 1x1, but I'll dig a little hole around it. Just one spot hole all around it. And they won't go for holes. They will definitely go around holes. I know that. I know that. So, all right, enough of the flying around. Let's clear some of these zombies out. Talk about some other topics here. So that's my plans for Alpha 16. I've been working them out in my head for like 6 months now, trying to like see how I wanted to do things, and now you guys finally know. And also, I'm going to use the CSDT concentrate. Yeah, the CSDT traps also. For those of you who don't know, the CSDT trap is a concentrated spike defense trap. And it's pretty freaking cool. Oh, look at the mountain. Wow. It's kind of weird. That mountain came out of nowhere. Why did that pop into my field of view? That hasn't always been there, has it? It's weird. It's like all of a sudden my what do you call it? Not my field of view, but my distance of view is like shot up. That's kind of weird. I'm pretty sure those mountains weren't there like 5 seconds ago. Although I guess I could be wrong. Alright guys, just came in for some grub and to kind of chill a little bit. We're going to talk about a couple other things. First of all, the concentrated spike defense traps. For those of you who have not been watching this whole season, I have an idea for concentrated spike defense traps. You should go back and watch the beginning parts of the season for that. It's like a trap setup that I came up with that I really like, and as I refine it, it's getting more and more effective. And I just wanted to let you guys know that when I leave one space in between me and the outer part of the spike defense trap, ferals can run across it no matter what. There's nothing you can do about it. We've tested it. So if you're going to make the concentrated spike defense trap, you either have to make the gap too wide, or you can put a lip around the inner part. I'm going to put a lip around the inner part. Basically, when I'm on the inner part, I'll basically just put like one layer of wood around it, so the ferals can't run over to it. It's not that big of a deal. So yeah, so those are all my plans for Alpha 16. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue building the wall. I also want to talk about, guys, did you see Mad Mole's most recent video? It was hilarious. You have to watch it. If you have not seen it, you guys have to watch it. It was so freaking funny. I'm debating if I want to talk about it right now because I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it. Alright, guys, if you don't want to be spoiled for what happened in Mad Mole's most recent Let's Play video, yeah, pause the video now or go watch it and then come back. So anyway, guys, yeah, how about that Q button, Mad Mole? All right, man. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, there's been like this whole thing about the Q button and the way it makes you drop stuff, and a lot of people have been saying that, you know, the idea of dropping stuff is completely pointless, and they don't know why it's in the game. Why is the Q button there? A lot of times people hit Q by mistake and like drop what they're holding and stuff. Doesn't happen to me that often, but it does happen. And like Mad Mole's always been like, oh, it's not a big deal, just who cares and all that stuff. Not who cares, but just doesn't think it's a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal either, but it's just funny that people are having such a problem with it. And Mad Mole said that it's like not a big deal, it's not a big deal, and he dropped stuff. First of all, Mad Mole has to use push to talk for some reason when he plays. I'm not really sure why, but he uses push to talk, right? And he was using push to talk on his most recent video. And because of that, he kept hitting his Q button because his push-to-talk button is a tilde key. for some reason. It's kind of a weird push-to-talk key, but I guess it's by your left hand. So I make my Mad Mole. I know you watch my videos. Yeah, right. But anyway, if he does, you know, I put my push-to-talk button as my mouse. One of my mouse wheel buttons. Seems to work. Well, when I do use push-to-talk, I don't know why anyone would need to use push-to-talk, but that's neither here nor there. So you know, he's dropping his club all over the place at the beginning of the video. It was really funny. And then he has his horde night. He showed us his first horde night, and he's setting up his horde night, and I'm like, this is an interesting way for you to set up a horde night. And it's interesting I've never done it that way, but and my gut feeling was saying this isn't going to work. The way he was setting it up, he was basically setting up a defense that was only half of a building. Like, he was like, well, the zombies will come from this side, and that'll be great, and, you know, and whatever. And I'm like, well, what if they come from the back? And the whole time I'm thinking, what if they come from the back? And sure enough, they came from the back. Now, they still ran around to the front, which was pretty cool. It did work a little bit because they ran around to the front. And it split the horde up, so it made his horde a lot easier than it would have normally been. So that's cool. So, you know, his defense worked, and he would have survived the night quite easily if he didn't decide to drop his bow. so he's up above the zombies. This is classic. It's times like this is why I watch YouTube videos. So Mad Mole is above the zombies, and he's shooting them at their heads, and he's like, oh man, he's all worried they're going to get in and get around behind him and, you know, give him a hard time. And he's doing his thing, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he drops his bow into the horde. It looked like he threw his bow at them, like ah! Like just threw his bow at them. It was hilarious. And then after he did it, he's like, oh, and he's like, oh, what do I do now? And like, you know, Mad Mole wants to make an interesting video, which I give him props for that, because a lot of people who don't do YouTube wouldn't think about that. But yeah, okay, so in the smart move would have been to just go crawl in a hole and wait for the horde to pass. Not Mad Mole. He tries to entertain his fans, so he jumped down in after the bow. He ended up dying twice, and it was just a big cluster of fudge, and it was really, really entertaining. You guys should go watch the video. It was so funny. I loved it. Really, really good video, Mad Mole. Right, we got anybody behind us? I don't know. I don't feel comfortable being out here at night. We're almost done, though. Oh, hold on. What was that? Was that me moving? It's probably me moving. I scare myself all the time. I'm such a fraidy cat. There's a bee. Not gonna worry about the bee. Get out of here, you bee! I gotta go. Peas being a giant bee. What's that from? Alright, so we just need more of this stuff. We should probably put some more spikes up. I think I'm gonna put spikes up first, actually. Let's put some more spikes out here. So this is a really solid base design I've used in the past, by the way. You know, you could use whatever. You could use pillars here. You could use poles. You can use iron bars. These iron bars are by far not even close. These are way, way weaker than the poles or the pillars. But I figured I'd do it just because I haven't done it in a while. And then you put 2 spikes, barbed wire, 1 spike, 2 empty spaces, and then a wall. And then behind this wall, you put down more spikes. And yeah, so this is a pretty solid defense. I used this, I don't remember when I used this defense. I used this defense a couple of alphas ago. Honestly, I'm not really sure when, but it worked like a charm. And the cool thing is, as you build with this defense, your defense just gets stronger and stronger. As you add walls and you add spikes, you're just getting stronger and stronger. And, you know, it's just insane how strong this defense is. So it's a really solid defense. The only thing that's not good about this defense, the only thing I don't like about it is that you can't get loot with it. So there's that. If you care, oh, I have steel on me, don't I? Eh, whatever. I really don't care that much, to be honest. Use up all the steel. Whatevs. So yeah, and then I had tire issues today, guys. Let me tell you this one story before I gotta go. All right, so I get new tires on Saturday. Brand new tires. $560 worth of tires, okay? 4 brand new spanking tires, okay? So, yesterday, I'm going to work, or maybe it was Monday. What is today? Today's Tuesday. Yeah, it was yesterday. It was yesterday. And it was Monday. How about that? Yeah, That's the way the week works. Anyway, so you know, I'm driving to work. I go to work at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'm driving to work. It's like 3 o'clock, and I start getting that flat tire thing on my dashboard. You know, the little yellow sign with the flat tire thing. And I'm like, what? You know, what the hell? So I pull over and I like look at the tires, and they look fine. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So, you know, it's probably not a big deal. I'm just gonna go to work. So I go to work, and then when I come back to my car at around my work ends usually around 11. When I come back to my car at 11, I've got a flat tire, completely flat, like flat as fudge. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, this is bull. You know, this is aggravating. And the worst thing about this is not so much that it's going to cost me any money. I pretty much knew it wasn't going to cost me any money. But the problem is it throws my whole day into a bind. And this is the reason you guys are only getting, you only got one video yesterday because of this. And I'm still behind at this point. Thank God I got Thursday off. So I also got Monday off for what, Labor Day? So anyway, so I go back to the place. Actually, I called AAA. At first, I got my own. You know, I'm a man. Like we try not to ask for help or anything. So what are you laughing at? Get out of here!
No.
I'm making videos, baby.
I'm listening to the story.
You've heard it already.
I know, but I want to be.
So you just sit. So you sit behind me and laugh at me?
Yeah.
It's not very nice. Can you answer that, please?
Yeah.
Don't use my name or anything because I'm recording.
I got it.
All right, my phone rang. That's the store. Anyway, so it's gonna be hard to talk when I want to hear what she's saying. Anyway, so I go to the store. I called AAA because like I had a jack, but I couldn't figure out how to use it, and it was pouring rain yesterday. So I'm like, you know what, the hell with this. I pay for AAA. My wife works for AAA. We get a discount, but I still have to pay for it, you know. So I called AAA. I'm like, you know, blah blah blah. They come out there, they help me. The guy changed it in no time, and everything's great. So I go to my my car place, and I'm like, you know, this happened. What's going on? And they're like, oh, okay. The AAA guys, when he changed the tire, he's like, I don't see anything in this tire, like no nails or anything. And I was like, okay. So I went to the store, or I went to my mechanic, and they said, okay, we filled the tire up with air. There's no holes in it. We don't know what's going on. They suggested that I leave it there overnight, the tire, and wait to see, so I don't get another flat tire. So I was like, okay. So I make my poor wife get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and drive me into work.
Yeah.
And pick me up.
Yeah.
And she's complaining the whole time. She's got chili dogs at home that are getting cold, and she's all upset, right? So I felt bad.
No, that was
know?
during lunchtime.
I know. I'm just kind of mixing this story together. So I felt bad, you know, and so whatever. So I go in, and they want to keep it there overnight. I'm like, okay. So Autumn drives me in today. She comes and gets me. We go there. She's like, yeah, the tire's good. We're going to put it back on your car. It kept air in it. No problem. I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Like a tire with no holes loses all its air, and then you fill it back up and it's okay. I was like, that's kind of weird, right? So they go to put the tire back on my car. As soon as they put pressure on the tire, it loses all its air. So there was basically a defect with the tire. And it wasn't their fault. It wasn't my fault. I didn't have to pay for it. They basically called them up and said, send us another tire. So they sent them another tire, and the tire is there, and they said it's there.
Yeah, it's done.
So they just called, and the tire is there, and my car is good, and we're gonna go get it right now. But the thing is, like, this really screws up my day. Like I said, this is going up Wednesday. This is why you only got one 7 Days to Die video on Tuesday and no other videos. And I'm lucky I even got this done. And if you guys didn't see my modded 7 Days to Die, you should go see it. It was it did not improve my mood any. I will just say that much.
Oh.
Yeah, I died like
Oh, no.
really bad. Anyway, guys, this might be the last video in this series. Let's hope it is, because hopefully Alpha 16 will be coming out.
Hype.
Yep, hype indeed. So this is the build for Alpha 16. Man, I still can't believe I can see those mountains all the way over there. It's kind of curious. Hold on. I should not be able to see those mountains over there. The view distance. I should not be able to see those mountains. It's like my view distance is all the way up or something. I'm curious. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go watch back the video and see if these mountains have always been in the picture, because I don't think they have. All right. All right, guys. I will see you hopefully for Alpha 16. And until then, take it easy.
Bye.